want to document what happens when I try to put on eye makeup in the car, so that in the future, whenever I say to myself, hey, it's okay, I'll just do my eye makeup in the car, I don't fucking do it. This was a stupid decision for me to make. Do you see that? So it's a Sunday and we're on our way to a theater we haven't been to before to watch the 30th anniversary? The 30th anniversary of Labyrinth being played in theaters. Okay, so I'm probably always gonna do this whenever we're driving, but look at that sky. Look how pretty those clouds are. Like, look at that. That's gorgeous. What's your reaction to the clouds?
They're nice, and now I want to watch The Simpsons.
We are so close to Universal. I can see
turn left.
Google Maps. I'm not going to tell you again. We're walking in and I just wanted to talk about how ridiculously extra them calling it an extreme digital cinema is. Look how nice Kat looks today.
It messes up my hair.
Really nice in here. This like an outlet mall?
No, not exactly. It's up in the National Drive.
Neat. Thank you. You can tell how little of Orlando we've actually like explored, considering I've never been here and I have no idea where we're at. That's awesome. What is this exactly?
Harry Potter.
No, I know that that's Harry
Oh,
Potter,
it's the
but...
Buckler House.
Huh?
It's the Buckler House.
Let me...
I want some Dippin' Dots. I wish they weren't $4.
We don't have $4.
No, we don't. Is your private booth?
Yeah, no room for you.
No, there's not. No, that's like that's a butt cheek.
Ooh. I just barely managed it.
What do you think?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good in theaters. I wish that it wasn't such a limited release though, because I feel like everybody should watch Labyrinth at least once in theaters.
Boobs look absurd.
What are you doing?
Your boobs look absurd from this angle. I just wanted just to show the fact that we were literally looking up where we're at because we have no idea. Look at that. That's ridiculous.
Artegon Marketplace. Ah, to get some followers.
Hand comparison. Actually, that made my hand look gigantic. That's cute.
Yeah.
It's a magic school.
We found it. J.K. Rowling was wrong.
There's so many weird like art installations and stuff in here. And by weird, I just mean like unusual. It's just specific interest.
was not filming her butt, I was showing you her boots. I was looking at her butt, you're not supposed to. That's cool. All kinds of glass artsy stuff. This is like way bigger than what we thought it was. This is usually what happens. We never research anything, we just end up going, and then suddenly it's gigantic and huge and all kinds of coolness.
Oh, random
That's awesome.
I want one. I'm way too big for one.
You could ride the rhino. I think you could do it by yourself.
As is the usual case for everything, we're completely freaking broke. So I'm gonna go home to eat because we don't have any money to eat here.
It smells so good and it's sad. I don't know if this is on me or not, but we'll see.
Now that is cool. Arcade?
Yeah.
This is the theater we came into. So we looked it up. The place we were in was called the Artegon Marketplace. All the shops were kind of arranged in like little false cubicles, basically. Actually didn't venture very deep in there. It was a much bigger space, but we were both hungry and we didn't have any money, so that's definitely something we're gonna come back to, because apparently Gods and Monsters is in there, and it's like a huge geek shop, which is kind of right up our alley. So also like that little putt-putt golf arcade place, and apparently there's laser tag, and what else did I read off of this?
Wasn't it like a zipline adventure?
Nobody cares about the zipline adventure. My fat ass is not gonna get on that thing. Yeah, it says there's 155 stores in there.
That's why I like how you're just like, look, we'll go down this branch and that branch and leave it at that, and we just kept walking, and it's like, this doesn't end.
So we were going to talk about the movie a little bit more too. The cool thing about having gone to see it in theaters was at the beginning of the movie they played a couple minute little documentary thing, kind of like how they put as bonus features on DVDs and stuff, and they interviewed Sarah Connolly and family members of Jim Henson, and they did a bit on the Henson exhibit in Atlanta, Georgia, with all the puppets, and that was really cool to watch. And I guess that was Sarah Connolly's first in-depth interview in a really long time about Labyrinth. That was kind of cool to have listened to her reminisce and just listen to everybody talk about Henson as a director, and I don't know, it added to the experience for me anyway.
I thought the documentary was cool. It was really surprising. I didn't know that they actually got Sarah Connolly to come do the interview. I figured that they would, but it was still shocking to see her. I kind of have a crush on her, so the entire time that she was talking about making the movie and going through the motions of all of it, I was just like, but
I didn't know you had a crush on her.
Yeah, I think she's freaking gorgeous. It's a childhood thing. Anyway, I did obviously the part where they were talking about Bowie and stuff. That made me tear up. Anytime that anybody starts doing anything about him, I start because Labyrinth has always been a really integral thing with my family, specifically with me and my mom and my older brother. It's something that we agree on, I guess get along with, and would made us closer together. A lot of it has to do with Bowie, because my mom was obsessed with Bowie. It was her first concert. My brother was a musician for a good part of his life, and I absolutely adore Bowie's music. And then to put it on top of, I've always been a fan of Jim Henson since I was a little kid. So when my mom introduced that film to me, and my brother actually took the time to sit down and watch it with us, that was a big deal. So to actually get to see it in theaters and hear the sound so clear and get to have the soundtrack like that, when I already You can ask MJ. I listen to the soundtrack at least once a month, or if I'm gardening, I always listen to the Labyrinth soundtrack. So to get to see it in theaters was really, really cool. Getting back to the movie though, the documentary was really cool. I really want to go to that exhibit in Georgia at some point.
Oh, definitely.
What else? Because I've watched a lot of documentaries and making of with Labyrinth, but it was cool to get something kind of fresh and to see everybody and to hear from Jim Henson's son and him talking about it. I thought that was really neat and important.
One of the cool things, and I think that Kat brought this up too, was the fact that the sound was remastered and playing in a big theater like that. I mean, it sounded amazing. Everything was much louder. I thought they went a little too far in places because, like, you could hear Toby's lips smacking, and you could sometimes hear, like, Sarah, like, breathing in, and it wasn't a dramatic breath. It was just her breathing, and that's one of the things that makes me mad about this camera, is because sounds like that get picked up, and I find them really annoying. I don't have the editing software, though, to quite tweak to that degree. The beginning of the movie actually kind of felt scary to me in a way that watching it on a regular TV didn't. You know, the beginning where Toby first disappears and Jareth comes into the room and stuff. That felt so much more dramatic and genuinely kind of scary because you didn't really know what he would... Well, we know, obviously, but if you had never seen it before, the apprehension of who is this dude in my house and where did my baby brother go, I don't know, the atmosphere of that scene was way more powerful, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And that's probably just a combination of the fact that it was on a big screen and the fact that you could actually hear everything, including all the subtle sounds. Like when he first comes in through the window, there's like glitter fairy noise. It was weird. There was so much more audibly going on than I've ever noticed or been able to hear with it before.
Overall though, like, the movie looked really good. I was scared it wasn't gonna look as, like, sharp as it did, like on the big screen. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like, his whole presence, like she said in the beginning of the movie, he was very... Like, I was a little wary of him at first because it's just like, what the hell is going on? But at the same time, I couldn't help but smile because there was so much freaking glitter as his cape and stuff was flowing around. And, like, seeing Ludo on the big screen and his whole intro scene, like, I don't know. It was really cool. Like, I felt like a little, like, happy 7-year-old just sitting there watching the movie the entire time.
And I'd like to point out the fact that Sarah has the coolest, gayest outfit. She's dressed like either Gangrel. Is that how you say his name? Sarah is dressed like a cross between Gangrel and a lesbian, and it's fantastic. Like that. And I'm not talking about the ballroom dress, which is the only thing that anyone ever draws her in, and that annoys the crap out of me because her actual outfit with, you know, her pants and her loose fit white, you know,
and that vest,
t-shirt and the vest and those little gay brown shoes, that outfit is fantastic. I love it so much. Loved watching her on the big screen because, like, I'll admit, the first time that Kat made me rewatch Labyrinth, and this was probably 9 years ago, so about 300 times of watching it ago. I actually thought that Sarah was unconvincing in terms of, like, Jennifer Connelly? Or is it Sarah Connelly? It's Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, Sarah. You're
Jennifer Sarah Connelly.
Terminator.
Isn't Sarah? Oh, Sarah Connors.
Yeah.
Oh, ha. I recalled it on my own. I'm growing. I didn't like Jennifer Connelly's performance the first time when I was watching it, and I love it so much now that I've taken time to really watch her facial expressions and just watch how she responds to things. I am so much more impressed now that I notice the subtleties, and just she portrays determination and optimism so well, and those were things that I didn't previously notice. Watching it on the big screen amplified it.
It was good. The whole thing was really good. It felt like a fantasy adventure movie, like watching it on the big screen more so than when it's on DVD. And just, I don't know, it was really surreal, like watching it in a theater and hearing people laugh at the same stuff as you, like when the worm is introduced and when Ludo is first introduced and he's so confused when Sarah asks him, you know, do you know how to get to the castle? Like, it was really cool for everybody to like be experiencing the movie together and to be so happy to just watch this classic movie.